this, I'm babbling. So let me try to do this quickly. You know how that's gonna go. Hey guys, welcome back. So I have got my April favorites here for you today. So what I like to do in these videos is I quickly mention my overall Friday favorites, and then I've got other things to share with y'all. So sometimes skincare, hair care, books, whatever. So this time I mainly have, I've got a skincare, and which I need to go grab. I just looked and it's not here. I need to go get that. And then I've got hair care, and then of course books. So we've got some good things to chat about. So if you're new here, my name is Leslie. Welcome. I love to do favorites videos, new at the drugstore, reviews, empties, get ready with me. It's just a lot of fun stuff here on my channel. So if you're new, I would love it if you hit that subscribe button and stuck around for a while. I'd love to have you here on my channel. So yeah, we were chatting about April favorites, so let's get to it. Okay, for overall Friday favorites. For eyes, I didn't have like a super, oh, definitely standout favorite, but I would say overall I would pick these. But even amongst the overall monthly favorites, they're not like making me jump, well, this one does, making me jump up and down as much as the other ones. This I still really like for sure, but this, I'm babbling. My point is that I really like this. It's still an overall monthly favorite, but maybe not quite as high as my other overall Friday favorites for the month. This one I would say, yes, definitely. Anyway, you get the idea. This is the Milani. Maybe you don't get the idea because I'm babbling. Milani, Partner in Crime. Beautiful, kind of like pinky, blushy sort of matte eyeshadow palette. If you want to see swatches on these products, check out the Friday favorites where I originally mentioned them. Moira Chroma Light Shadow in Fairy Dust. I love these so much. If you love sparkly shadows, these are amazing. There are so many beautiful shades, and they're just light-catching and gorgeous and happy, and I love their packaging, and they're just so, so good. I have really been liking the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer in Butter Biscuit. This is really pretty. I like the formula on it. I really like this specific shade. It's pretty. I would say that is an overall favorite. For cheeks, like blush specifically, I love this IT Cosmetics Glow with Confidence Sun Blush. This is in Sunlit 10. This is such a good cream blush. If you like a cream blush that is blendable, pigmented, hydrating, but not difficult to work with, just a really good cream blush formula, this is incredible. I'm so impressed with it. And then I would say for overall lip favorites, I love these Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plumps. And this is a little trio that my parents got me for my birthday. And this is in like the 3 different shades, Primrose, and then this one is Lotus and Peachy Beige. Just so glossy and beautiful and hydrating feeling on the lips. They have kind of like overall, I would say overall a cooling feeling on the lips. It's not like a tingle, it's more of just a cooling, almost minty sort of feeling on the lips, but they just are so nice and hydrating, flattering looking on the lips, just glossy, and I love them. They're so good. Skincare, this did not surprise me. When I started trying this, I expected that I was gonna love it. This is the CosRx, the 6 Peptide Skin Booster. I say I wasn't surprised because I love, what all have I tried from CosRx? I don't know what all I've tried from them, but the Snail Mucin that I love is from them, and I love that product. So it just didn't surprise me that I'm super impressed with this. It says hyaluronic acid plus NAG plus amino acids, even skin tone, hydrating, firmness and smooth, pore and sebum care, improve skin texture. So it's supposed to be like peptides. A peptide serum effectively addresses various skin concerns with its 6 multifunctional peptides. And I believe copper peptides is in this. I feel like I heard somebody say that, but don't quote me on that. But I can definitely tell a difference after using this. I will say it's a pretty like liquidy sort of texture, so that was maybe a little bit surprising to me. I was expecting a little bit more of like a, I guess maybe I was expecting the Snail Mucin, which it's not Snail Mucin, so why would I be expecting that? But I was thinking a little bit thicker of a serum type, whereas this is almost like a thinner serum moving towards an essence kind of a texture to it. So I just make sure that I kind of like drip it onto my face and then I blend. but I can definitely tell a smoother look to the skin. That is really like my ultimate skincare goal, is smoothness, because I feel like that kind of addresses, you know, fine lines, texture, pores, just uneven roughness or something. So I'm going for smooth looking skin. And I feel like this is really, I can tell a difference is in the smoothness of my skin. I'm impressed with this. I haven't noticed any adverse reactions with it. I've pretty much, I think, just been mainly using it on kind of like my recovery night. But if it does have copper peptides in it, I like that idea, because that, I kind of get like conflicting information about that. Like if you can use that with vitamin C or retinol, or if you should, or if you wait a little while in between. I don't really know. So I like the idea of, if I use this on recovery night, I'm still getting kind of like a little bit more towards an active sort of an ingredient, but like a good anti-aging something still in that recovery night, if that makes sense. But yeah, just a really pretty difference in the skin. I'm very impressed with this. I love it. Okay, hair care. Y'all, there are so many things I could have talked about in hair care, because I've been really looking into my hair care routine, researching. I changed up a lot of things. At some point, I need to do a more updated hair care routine info video or something. But the thing is, I haven't used these things long enough to really know like long-term benefits on my hair, so I'm not ready to do that. So at some point I will do that. This is more like some of the things I've been changing and what I'm liking so far. Anyway, I will say Abby Young, I started watching her on TikTok and YouTube. She has so much information just on hair care. Something that really stuck out that I was like, that is so true, is viewing your scalp differently than you view the rest of your hair, because they're different. This is skin, this part of our hair is dead. So we need to treat them differently. So that was just so, wow, that makes so much sense. Hello. And I think I kind of have thought about that, but not like really in depth and viewing my products in that way. So that's something that I really kind of started thinking about. And then also repairing, strengthening, and protecting my hair. I have very fine hair, as you can see, like it is baby fine. So it's, you know, fine hair, you kind of have to be more aware of what you do with it. So I really want to strengthen my hair strands. So that's what I've been really focusing on. So like bonding type products. And I was just kind of starting to ask the question, why does my hair keep kind of breaking off at the back? And I think it was mainly from blow drying my hair. I always flip my head over and that's how I blow dry my hair, but with more sticky, volumizing mousse. I tried quite a few mousse products, trying to like volumizing ones and hydrating ones, and I just didn't like any of them. The closest that I found that I have used for a while that I still kind of ended up, I was like, well, that's still my favorite, is the John Frieda Volume Lift or something like that. It's something like that. I've mentioned it before, but it's the John Frieda Volume Mousse, basically. So that's my favorite as far as a mousse, but I haven't been using that recently because I just have kind of switched up things. So let's talk about the bonding products first. You have probably heard about this, especially if you follow Abby Young. This is K18, and you can do all kinds of like reading up on this product. It's very interesting. It's pricey. And this is like a product that you use initially several times in a row, and then you use it kind of as needed. So I used it several times in a row, and then I've been using it. I wash my hair every day. That's another thing, is like probably the worst hair care advice I ever took in and didn't do my own research and thought about my own hair personally, is don't wash your hair every day. For me and my fine hair and oily scalp, I do best washing my hair every day. When I was not washing my hair every day, I was using so much dry shampoo. My hair was really in the worst shape I think it's ever been in. So honestly, to each their own, everybody has different hair types. But for me, my hair does best if I wash it every day, and then I'm just very careful about what I do when I wash it, when I style it. Anyway, so that's a side note. So with me washing my hair every day, I've been kind of using it like about, I'd say once a week or maybe every 5 days or something like that. So this is a leave-in molecular repair mask. So this is supposed to be different than basically every other product on the market. Look up Abby Young's information on this because she goes into a lot of details. She's asked the brand about like different ways that you can use it because they say that you should wash your hair, not use conditioner, like towel dry your hair, and then put this in your hair and let it sit and wait at least 4 minutes before you go in with any other styling products. But she has asked them about like, well, what if you need to use conditioner? So check that out. I have used it in kind of both ways. I think I like it mainly just the way that they say to use it. But this is supposed to just really help repair back the bonds of the hair and just strengthen it again and basically get it to a healthier place again. So this little tiny thing was like, I think $29 or something. But I have used this multiple times and haven't run out of it yet. So it seems to, a little bit goes a long way with it. I use it like, I think 2-ish kind of pumps, but I think the full size might have like a more intense pump. Like you get more, you know, stuff, like more product comes out with it. So anyway, do some research on this. I was kind of like looking into a lot of different things and I finally ended up, I was like, I'm just gonna try this because it sounds like it's the best of the best. Yeah, I'm impressed with it. I like it so far. But again, I wanna know long-term benefits. Then for a more daily bonding product, I have been using the L'Oreal Bond Strengthening Concentrate. So it says this is a pre-shampooing treatment, but Abby Young said really the best way to use this would be wash your hair, kind of, you know, squeeze out the excess water, then use this on it because then you're like, you don't have anything in between this and like your hair. You know what I mean? You want to shampoo it, get it really clean, and then use this. Let it sit on your hair for a little bit. And I'm liking this, and this is very affordable. So this would be like a good thing to kind of start with, but this is not the same as this. Like it's the same sort of like idea, but this is another level of the technology from what I understand. Then as far as like, once I go to style my hair, I found this product, the Matrix Total Results Insta-Cure, and it says it's an anti-breakage porosity spray. So this is, my understanding is it's supposed to basically fill in any spots of porosity in your hair to really help strengthen it before you go to style it. I did a lot of kind of like looking around for products like this, and I just couldn't find a lot of them. Like I found a ton of heat protectants, which I definitely still use a heat protectant. I don't think this has a heat protectant in it, but anyway, I still use a heat protectant. But I really didn't find a lot of products like this. I like this. I don't find that it weighs down my hair. I use it from about like, I'd say here down, really concentrating it at the back where I'm trying to kind of, you know, really strengthen my hair to prevent any breakage back there. Yeah, so I like this. I think the packaging is cute on it too. That's a total side note, but I like the pink. And then as far as now that I'm not really using mousse as much, this, the Redken Big Blowout Heat Protecting Blowout Jelly. So this is supposed to, where does it say? Heat protection, volume, shine, texture. Yeah, and then it says shine again, and then it says frizz protection. So I like that idea. And I definitely like the texture of this. I use maybe like, I don't know, a pea-size amount or something of it, and then just kind of run it through my hair. I don't find that this weighs down my hair. I don't really put it at my roots. I still kind of do it down here, but I don't find that my hair is tugging when I'm drying. Like it doesn't make my hair sticky. It makes it smooth, but not flat. When you have fine hair, that is always a challenge, is you don't want frizzy, but you don't want sticky. You want like smooth, but volume. You know what I mean? That's hard. That's hard to find, and I do like this. Like I'm always on the hunt for kind of more affordable products, but you know, sometimes it's just like, well, I haven't found drugstore versions of these that I like. I mean, those are the things that I have been really liking. Then I did start using another blow dryer. Got a new blow dryer, and it has higher like wind speed to it, lower heat. So I'm switching that up too. I will report back on that after I've done that for a while. And then I would say the other thing I'll mention is I have been sleeping with a hair bonnet. I have had a silk pillowcase for a long time, but I started trying this and I like this a lot better because even with the silk pillowcase, I was still kind of like my hair would get stuck even if I tried to, like I usually put it in a little low side ponytail, like just very loose. But this, I just put my little ponytail in it on the side and I really like that. I mean, I feel like it's just really kind of keeping my hair from tugging on itself or tugging against my body or the pillowcase or something. I got this off of Amazon. This one's like it's got like 2 layers to it. They have different color options. You can kind of like pull it tighter. I'm very impressed with this. It's comfortable to sleep in. Honestly, I'll put it over my ears a little bit, and I have very good hearing, so I usually sleep with cotton balls on my ears, and then I have this over my ears, so it kind of helps me sleep too. So I'm liking this. So yeah, hair care things. I need to do a video, but I want to do it after I've tried these things for a longer period of time. We've still got books to talk about, and I've been talking for a long time. So let me try to do this quickly. You know how that's going to go. I read a lot of different things this month. I have thriller favorites, I have fantasy, and I have romance. I was just kind of all over the place, but I definitely have some standout favorites. So I read First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. This was really good. Kind of like almost like a con woman, kind of a storyline, but she doesn't even really know who her boss is. So she's maybe wanting to kind of step out of that life, but she doesn't even know who her boss is. So read the synopsis of it, like if you want more info on it, but I liked it. Like it had enough sort of like I was invested in the characters to want to keep reading, and also sort of like piece the puzzle together, kind of a storyline that I like. So, and I liked her writing style. I found it to be pretty easy to follow, pretty cover, got it with Book of the Month. It was good. Okay, for fantasy, I read the Dance of Thieves duology. I have been really excited about this duology for a long time because it gets a lot of hype. But then my sister-in-law told me to read the Redneck Chronicles first. I didn't even realize that came before this until she told me. I read that, loved it. I've talked about it already. It's definitely a standout favorite. Loved that trilogy. So this one, I liked this book. I did not like this one as much. I don't know what it was. I still overall, especially this one, liked it, but something about this one, it's a little bit of like an enemies to lovers sort of story, but there were just certain things about her writing style that I either don't remember from the first trilogy, or maybe her writing style just sort of changed a little bit. But there was one particular thing that happened in this book that I felt like a really big deal, and it was just kind of like casually mentioned, like, oh yeah, and I'm going, wait, what? I wanted to read a whole section about that. That's a big deal. So sometimes it was like that, where it was sort of like, I guess would it be telling versus showing? Maybe it's that. And then sometimes where a lot of times the characters are reflecting on something, or they're inwardly thinking about something, which sometimes I'm okay with depending on sort of like what the storyline is or what the context is, but it just seemed like a lot of that. I will say though that I started to listen to part of this on audiobook. I'm just really not an audiobook person for fiction books. I don't know why. I have a hard time paying attention. I don't find that I'm as like drawn to and invested in the story. So I started listening to it on audiobook to kind of like, because I felt like I was sort of struggling with it to kind of get through it. But I don't think that helped. If anything, it probably didn't help. Like it probably maybe made it worse. So maybe I would have liked it more if I read it physically more. But sometimes I was like following along with my eyes too. I don't know. So anyway, I would say let me know what your thoughts are on this. I would say definitely read the Remnant Chronicles. And if you have read that one, let me know your thoughts. Okay, then I felt a little bit slumpy after reading that. So I read one book, wasn't a big fan of that. It was an easy read, but it was not it wasn't a favorite, so I'm not gonna mention it to you. But then I read this. I love this book so much. I've talked about these before. Jodie Headland, The Waters of Time series. This is a Christian fantasy romance kind of storyline, time travel So fun, so good. If you love a swoon-worthy romance, these are really good. It has definitely one of my favorite tropes in it, and it's just good. I mean, if you like time travel and romance, I would check these out. And yeah, it's good. It's, you know, Christian fiction, so I like that about it. That was definitely a standout favorite. This is a YA thriller, She's Gone by David Bell. I really liked this. So the basic premise of this is that Hunter, he wakes up in the hospital on the night of homecoming. He's shocked to learn that he and his girlfriend, Chloe, have been in a terrible car accident. He has no memory of the crash. And then he finds out that she's disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to her, what's going on. He doesn't remember, so it's piecing the different puzzle pieces together. I would say the beginning started not slow, but slower than the rest of the book. But then once it picked up, I was very invested, definitely wanted to know what was going to happen. It's YA, but there's definitely like some more like adult sort of conversations in this, I would say. So just kind of know that about it. But I liked it. I like a YA thriller. Then what else? Oh, I read this one. I can't remember what order. I think I read this in between Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves. This is The One with the Kiss Cam by Cindy Steele. She wrote Faking Christmas, which is one of my favorite books ever. Fake dating, such cute banter, clean romance, just so cute, but very romantic, and had the feel of like Powerless by Lauren Roberts. That like banter and cute flirty conversation, love it. So this, I definitely liked it. I didn't like it as much as Faking Christmas. Their interactions, loved it just as much. The cute, funny banter, loved it just as much. The storyline of this, I wasn't quite as invested in as I was Faking Christmas. So I think it's more that like I liked the storyline and sort of the plot of the book in that book better. But still, like the other elements that I mentioned, loved it in this. So basically, like it's, you know, years ago, they're shown on the kiss cam. They don't know each other at that point, but they've been kind of talking a little bit, and they share a kiss on the kiss cam just for fun, for cutesies. And then later they see each other, and the story kind of goes from there. And it's just, it's sweet. It's very fun. Oh my goodness. I love Lauren Roberts' writing. This is powerful. It's a little novella after Powerless, before Reckless. And I just love her writing style. I love how she writes romance, the adventure. So this is a novella about a side character in the first book. And it had been a while since I had read the first book, so there were things I wasn't remembering. So I was definitely, there were some surprises in here for me. And of course, it's still, you know, a storyline you haven't read about also. So there's elements you know about the storyline, but might have forgotten like I did. And then there's new things that are introduced to you. But very sweet. Yeah, she's just so good. I got the paperback from Blackwell's, so that's where I got this one. It's a cute cover too. Like I love the, like, you know, like ivy on it. And then I read Sarah Adams' To Con a Gentleman. I think this is one of her first books. I really liked this too. Very cute. She's like a con woman, and he, you know, knows that she's conning him from the very beginning, but then he kind of like cons her back almost. So it's this funny, cute banter between them, and then the storyline kind of goes from there. There's a lot of heart in here. I would say trigger warnings for grief. There's a lot of talk about grief in this book too, but healing, emotional healing. It's a clean fiction too. I would love, my camera cut me off, which tells me it's time to stop talking and wrap it up here. But yeah, her later, you know, her more recent books, I would say a little bit more cussing, so maybe a little bit more intense makeout scenes and stuff like that. So anyway, if you're looking for like more clean fiction, this one was very clean, but still like really cute and sweet and funny, a lot of heart. I really enjoyed this book. Okay, so those are all my April favorites. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video. Please hit a thumbs up if you did. Let me know down below what you loved this month, either makeup, skincare, hair care, fashion, home, books, whatever. I would love to hear your favorites. Let me know that down below. Ask any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!